everyone, this is Athena from Courage Coaching. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the roles played by members of a narcissistic family. In a narcissistically run family, all family members will orbit around the narcissist and will be assigned certain roles. The most important of these roles are the enabler, the golden child, and the scapegoat. These roles may be static for life or they can be reassigned at any time because the narcissist can choose to change these roles. So the golden child could become a scapegoat at any time and the scapegoat could become the golden child. So who is the enabler in the family? The enabler is usually the other parent, the spouse of the narcissist. And this parent usually has a dysfunctional background as well, or some sort of previous trauma. So they may be very brainwashed by the narcissistic parent. They may have been gaslighted for years. They may be very codependent to the narcissistic parent. Or they themselves could also be a narcissist, a covert narcissist. Not all spouses become enablers. Some of them are strong enough to grab the kids and leave the dysfunctional family. And some of them are strong enough to put their child's needs first and get away from the dysfunction. So the spouse that does decide to stay with the narcissist enables all of the narcissist's needs, and they help in manipulating the family perception of the narcissistic parent. They help the narcissist in how they look to the outside world, so they make sure they maintain a good image outside of the family. The enabler parent usually makes excuses for the narcissistic parent's bad behavior towards the children. The enabler parent also neglects their needs towards their children and isn't a good parent, isn't able to understand that their children are actually being harmed because they are under the narcissist's spell and aren't able to be the stable, loving, unconditionally protecting parent that they should be. It is important to mention that even the narcissistic parent will treat their partner badly, because obviously if they treat their children badly, they will also treat the partner badly. Now, the next role I'm going to talk about in the dysfunctional or narcissistically abusive home is that of the golden child. The golden child is a vessel that the narcissist can live through. The golden child is seen as the best version of the parents. The golden child is the one that succeeds, the one that has so many accomplishments, and that makes the narcissistic parent look good. The narcissistic parent sees this child as a projection of themselves. This child will always be treated better than the other children in the family, and the family will always see this child as more wonderful, more intelligent, more hardworking, more good-looking. It will basically be the perfect child in the narcissistic parent's eyes, and all other children will be probably treated as scapegoats. One last thing, the golden child is the child that makes sure that the family's image is always kept intact. So there is that added pressure. And if the golden child does slip up at some point, then it can actually be severely punished because it's let the parent down and it hasn't continued to keeping that perfect image intact. Now, what is the scapegoat role in the family? The scapegoat child in the family is where the narcissistic parent dumps all their frustration, all their anger, all their disappointment on. And no matter what this child does, it's never good enough. And the scapegoat child never lives up to the narcissistic parent's expectations. The narcissistic parent also projects all their insecurities and all their faults onto the scapegoat child. The scapegoat child is constantly mistreated, not only by the narcissistic parent or the enabler parent, but also by the golden child. So it can't ever do right. No matter what it does, it is picked on, it is bullied, it is basically not accepted or loved or wanted in the family. The scapegoat child usually endures a lot of shame and blame, a lot of neglect. It's bullied and it's ostracized. No matter what the child's role is in a narcissistic family home, both the scapegoat and the golden child has suffered a lot of abuse. The scapegoat child obviously receives the most abuse. However, like I said at the beginning of the video, the golden child can also get punished if they don't live up to the narcissistic parent's expectations. The abuse in a narcissistically abusive home is usually very insidious, very well hidden, because to the outside world they may look like the perfect family, but behind closed doors there is basically so much abuse, so much terror, that the children have no chance in growing up and feeling secure and healthy and mentally stable. In a narcissistically abusive home, there may also be other problems. So there may be alcohol or drug abuse, there may be financial problems, there may be religious fundamentalism, there may be very, very unhealthy ways of controlling and acting. They may be part of a cult. So narcissistically run families have a lot of other hidden secrets. There may be sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, obviously. But even if there isn't physical or sexual abuse, the emotional abuse that goes on is enough to damage the child's personality, their child's perception of themselves, of the world, and they always live in the shadow of the narcissistic parent. And the narcissistic parent will continue to control their children even well into adulthood. They will continue to be abusive. So unless the child cuts all contact off from the narcissistic parent, they will continue to suffer for as long as the parent is still alive. So what is your experience? Were you the scapegoat in the family? Were you the golden child? Maybe you're the enabler and maybe you have huge regrets for not protecting your children. I would love to hear about your experience in the comments below the video. Thank you so much for watching the video today. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.